It is kind of crazy to think that the iPhone 10 is now almost 5 years old. Yes, the first Face ID device and the first OLED iPhone is now almost 5 years old. Now, the reason I'm bringing up iPhone 10 is because the latest iOS 16 beta has hinted at a technology that's been expected and wanted by many iOS users for quite some time. Now, having an OLED display iPhone has many benefits, including battery improvements and, of course, display improvements as well. But there's only one thing that many iOS users have been wanting for quite some time out of OLED display iPhones, and it hasn't happened in over 5 years or going on 5 years here. But this year could be the year that all changes, and the OLED displays may now take advantage of a technology that most iOS users have been wanting for quite some time, and that is always on display. As you know, OLED display iPhones have the ability to dim different zones and therefore lighting up individual pixels to show information right on the screen without consuming tons of battery. And that was one of the advantages of having an OLED display iPhone like the iPhone 10. But now, recently, with iOS 16 and beyond, we're seeing many hints at an always on display becoming a reality for iOS users with the upcoming iPhone that's set to be launching late September this year. Now, one of the things that we look at when we think about OLED display iPhones is the lock screen, of course. So in this video, I'm going to share with you guys what's hinting at Apple bringing always on display for the iPhone and some evidence found within the OS that suggests always on display will be coming this year to the iPhone 14 lineup. Now, as always, if you would like to stay up to date with the latest iOS news and Apple software updates, of course, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you turn on those notifications so that you don't miss another episode. Now, ever since Apple announced iOS 16 Beta 1 and we have this new way of customizing the lock screen where you can pick different lock screens here and apply the wallpaper, and you can also apply widgets. Now, these widgets are different from the widgets that you normally bring to your iPhone's home screen. These widgets have a sort of faded away white and black background, as you can see right here, that you can add to the home screen of iPhone. Now, why didn't Apple bring just standard widgets to the lock screen? There's only one reason and one thing I can think of, and that is the always on display. Because if you bring regular widgets to the lock screen, then you have a lot of colors, a lot of different layers, and you can't really just add an always on display and have this be visible. You have to bring a dimmed out, I guess you can call it a fade out widget, in order to allow the always on display to shine when the iPhone is locked. So if I go here, you see the difference here. You see that this wallpaper that Apple has added, which is the classic clownfish wallpaper, has a faded look here. And many of you guys have sent me images of iOS 16 and developer beta 4 specifically having this sort of glitch where it shows the clock is highlighted and the white colors sort of look highlighted and all the other information is also visible, but at the same time the colors of the actual wallpapers are faded into the background, which hints at an always on display becoming available on the next generation iPhone with iOS 16. Now, many of you guys have also sent me additional images of other devices showing this type of behavior. Now, could this be a bug within the OS where it shows the same behavior where the clock is highlighted, the white colors are highlighted, but the wallpaper colors itself are sort of faded in the background? I believe this is actual code within the software, but not only do I believe this, many other sources believe that the always on display will be coming, including 9 to 5 Mac, which have found code within the OS that suggests this feature is definitely coming this year. Apple's collection of wallpapers show that all these new wallpapers that Apple has made available for the iPhone within the lock screen here, this collection of wallpapers that Apple has right here, do have some type of dimension. It's not a flat image, rather is layers to create a wallpaper. For example, if I choose this Pride here, when I go to swipe to unlock, so I swipe up to unlock, you see that the animation occurs here on the lock screen and home screen of iPhone. So let me go to the home screen here and let me show you this animation. You can see the animation as I scroll through. These are layers, not only wallpapers, but layers that could enable the iPhone to introduce an always on display this year with iPhone 14. So right now we're seeing a few hints. It's a little buggy, as you can see right there, beta 4. But as you can see right here, these layers on iOS 16 and developer beta 4 within the wallpapers of iPhone do get faded into the background, and the white elements on the screen sort of get highlighted. Of course, always on display also require a technology called LTPO displays, which is low temperature display, which allows the dimming zones to sort of fade into the background. Also, the frame rate to also drop into the background, sort of like Apple Watch, where it drops the frame rate and you can see the always on display a few seconds after it dims. This same technology could be used, as you can see right there, for the iPhone. And as you know, this year Apple has implemented a lock screen on the iPhone that suggests this feature is coming because we have all the elements in place. The wallpapers are layered. The same picker as you find on Apple Watch, which already features an always on display, is here. As you can see right here when you go to pick watch faces, it's pretty much the same method we have here on the iPhone, which is kind of crazy to see. Hopefully the LTPO display will be coming this year with the always on display, a lower frame rate, the ability to adjust, and also provide additional information on the lock screen when it's on sleep mode or standby mode. And this year could be the year that we see the always on display finally be available on the iPhone. Let me know what you think in those comments down below. Would you like an always on display on your iPhone? What do you think about this image right here? Will this be something you'd be interested in? Thank you for watching today's video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.